very last session of the year of LimKopi with Millennials 2021. We are
Yay.
grateful that you guys have been with us for 4 episodes as of today. So basically today our topic will be present versus future. Okay. Before we get into it, right? Okay, let us introduce ourselves to a new viewers out there. Okay, I will go first. Hi, I'm Chester. So basically, I'm 28 this year. Okay, I have been with Philip Securities third year already, and I'm in the digital marketing space, and I'm a licensed representative also. So CK,
For me, I'm Chen Kai. You can call me CK. So I'm 26 this year, and I've been with Philip Securities for like 2 years in customer service. Yeah. Maybe Claire, you want to introduce yourself?
Okay, hello, hi everyone. I'm Claire. I'm 29 this year, and I've been working in Philip for 3 years now. In the working industry for 4 years. So in Philip, what I do is the unit trust marketing. Okay, so next I would like to pass my time to our very special guest, Jasmine, who's also the lady behind planning all of these webinars and thinking of topics to discuss about. So today she's here to share with us also. So Jasmine, over to you.
Thanks, Claire. Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Jasmine. I've been with Philip for 6 years. So yeah, very long already. I'm 30 this year. Yeah, happy to join the front stage with our fellow cast members. Okay, so before we continue, I'll just like to bring up a poll. Actually, today's session, we are going to talk about present versus future, right? So what are we doing now at present to plan towards, our future goals of achieving our future goals? So those who are on Zoom, I'm just going to bring up a poll question. And the first question would be, do you know what you want your future to look like? Okay, do you have a plan? Do you have a thought? So while we are gathering the answers, the responses, so maybe you can hear from the cast members here, what do you have any, future in mind?
I mean, casually speaking, no. I mean, when you tell me that question, my mind just went blank. I didn't really, go and like think so far. I think for us, like, cause like we are maybe still those who just graduate, or those who just came out of NS, right? They don't really, plan that far. They just think that, oh, I have to work law, I have to get money law. But they didn't really plan like, oh, I must have this amount by this age and so on. Yeah.
I, okay, I think if I think back about when I first started working the first couple of years, I think it's really just hustle. Like I really just want to get a stable job, just launch my career. So I can understand where CK is coming from. For me, like I don't think I have a specific like stage one, stage two kind of plan in terms of like how I want my future to look like. But I think I do have an idea of like the quality of life I hope to lead, or like that I feel like I need to be comfortable, or like I hope that I can provide for my family. Those kind of like general goals. I don't think I have anything like very specific. Like I know some people, like I read online communities, they will say things like, oh, I want to get 100K by 30. Yeah, I don't have such a goal lah. Yeah. How about you, Claire?
Yeah, so when Jasmine shared with us the topic, right, present versus future, I was also in a shock. Then I asked, so can you define future for me? So just to share with you guys a joke, right, when I was 19 years old in poly, okay, I was studying in Temasek Poly. So my first week for that particular module, right, the what's previous teacher in poly called professor.
Professor, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so
lecturer,
yeah,
lecturer, not
Oh,
professor.
Lecturer lah,
lecturer.
Yeah, so he asked me, okay, guys, you have to share with me what you want to do in 5 years' time and what you want to do when you retire. So when I was 13, I wrote, okay, in 5 years' time, I want to get married and have 3 kids. 5 years' time, then when I want to retire, I want to open a pet farm and then just retire happily in the farm with my kids. But you see, 10 years later, I'm here without any kids, not married, not like I don't have money to open a farm yet. So after that, I start to feel that, actually, all these concrete goals, right, a bit hard to define right now, because we don't really have enough money. We haven't have enough experience to really know what we want to earn in 5 years or 10 years later. But I agree with Jasmine, like at least have a plan, like, do your investment, grow your money. And when you know what you want, let's say 10 years later you want to stay in a condo or in a landed, at least you have that pool of money there ready for you. Yeah, so about my future, no, like still a bit fuzzy, but at least I'm working on something like doing investment. Yeah. Chester, what about Chester?
So for me, right, I didn't really go much into my future also because, uh, as you guys know, right, every time when we plan something, right, sometimes it might go wrong or it might never happen. So I'm more towards the guy like I'm living towards the present. But during my army times and during my poly, right, we a group of friends, I believe you guys also have lah. So a group of friends, right, we will be thinking about the future in terms of money. So I did actually set like before 30, right, I need to have like my first 100,000. So according to this, right, this was my one of my only goals that I've actually I'm quite relatively close to it. So I'm still working towards this. These goals, right, that I believe that I could actually achieve, right, uh, are more towards like due to my decision. So towards like getting married or having kids and all, right. Never really go in that right now. But then I managed to secure a girlfriend lah. So it's still in progress also lah. So yeah, so I'm planning, but then I'm planning like a very big planning kind because I don't really know what the futures await for us. I'm relatively scared because I'm afraid of changes. But it doesn't mean that changes to me is not a good thing. Like COVID, I mean every cause there is a reaction. So I will adapt to it slowly. So for myself, right, I will plan like more towards like generic planning. So I'll be like thinking of like 2 kids, but I don't know when. Uh, so I'll be getting a house. I'll be getting a condo soon, but then I don't know when. Yeah, so I do have goals, but then achievable goals, but then I do not have any like a time frame. Maybe the time frame is also very big also. So yeah, so this is how I actually plan lah. But then yeah, I hope to achieve my first 100,000 in 30 years old lah. So yeah.
Okay. Actually, Chester, then I'll be quite envious of you. So just to share with everyone, right? Because I'm 30, I'm married, and I took my BTO keys earlier this year. So I completed my renovation and just moved in a few months ago lah. So all the money that accumulated has been used up already. So it's like I think for me, right, when I was planning my future, I actually had this very odd plan where I was very specific in life stages, but not so much monetary lah. So I was like, I told myself, oh, by 26, I want to get married. Then I have 2 years of alone time with my husband. Then 28, I will have start to have children. You know, this kind of silly little girl plans that I had when I was young. So I guess all the financials that I required would be pegged to that. Did I achieve that? I mean, I'm married lah, but then it didn't happen as soon as I planned it to be because life doesn't happen as planned, ma. And also, actually, to be honest, getting married at 26 is very young. Yeah, so I think it's always good
It's
to have
okay,
a
I
goal.
wanted to get married at 23.
Oh yeah, because you wanted 3 children, right? Yeah, I think it's quite cute the kind of plans that we make when we're younger. Yeah, and then now that I mean if I speak like that to like the older people, like the older generation, they'll be like, "Huh, you still so young? What are you talking?" But I guess like I somehow feel old because I hit 30 this year, right? So like I have like that feeling like dawn upon me that I'm like start to assess myself like, oh, how much have I achieved? How well am I doing and such. Okay, so maybe I'll share a bit on the poll results that the audience responded, right? So 76% actually say yes, they actually have an idea of what they want their future to look like, and 24% responded no. So I guess most people know kind of like what our future look like. For those people who say no, maybe they are also a bit lost, like they're just starting out and don't really have a plan set in place and haven't figured it out yet. Either that or like they're the YOLO kind, which I think is a good way of living, man. You don't need to worry so much.
There's always like a difference between like planning and the idealization of what you want to achieve. So I think everyone could actually agree with me, right? 100% of here we do have an idea of what we are going to do. But then is that a solid plan? Or is that like how are we going to achieve? We wouldn't know. Yeah.
How to
So
get there, right?
uh
I got actually I got Sorry,
try
go ahead. Ladies first. Ladies first. Go, go, go.
I just feel that this topic is like very applicable right now, like, because just nice, right? It's the end of the year. Then for the 24% who have yet to think of the future or like have yet to plan, we can start by planning now. Then next year, it's a very fresh start to decide on what you want to do, your goal setting and everything. Yes, back to Chiang Kai.
Yeah, so no, I just wanted to say like I'm also part of the 24% who didn't really like plan that far. Actually, I had one small minor plan is 100K by 30, which I shared in the previous episode as well. If you've been following. So actually, so actually what Chester say is true. Like actually we say right, whether is it feasible or not, is it doable or not, we need to work backwards and see how to do it. Yeah. So yeah, maybe this is one part of a question I'm trying to solve. Lor. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I think like I can hit law, I pass my CPF money inside.
Yeah. Yeah. Lor.
I mean, sometimes things don't really go according to plan. Plus, you do have like added stress, like your peers, what they have already achieved. That causes some stress, and what that pushes you to actually plan stuff. Yeah, so like my friends, they literally get married in their 23, 24 stage, and they are having like kids right now, and they are having their house. Everything is paid for. Look at the way they are going, which means that they are enjoying their fruits of labor. But right now, where we are currently, I mean, I do feel some inferior lah. Like like why are they, how did they mention how did they actually do this, and compared to me, what am I missing out on? Yeah, so some part of me think that okay lah, their parents are really rich lah, so
Okay,
Like
Chester,
their parents kickstart, right?
yeah.
yeah,
Nice
okay.
kickstart.
Now that you mentioned parents, right, actually it will segue us into the next poll question that we have. So, like, did your parents make any plans for you or make any investments for you? Okay, so let me ask the audience as well. Okay, so while they answer, so want to find out more from you, Chester. So, did your parents actually make any plans for you or help you like set you up for anything?
Yes. So being the very first child, I'm the oldest ma. So everything I will okay. So to my parents, right? They are very strict towards me. When they have their second and third child, right? They are more relaxed really. So I'm like their test, their test subject. So yes. So with regards to my uni fees and all, right? They have already prepared a lump sum for me. So with regards to that, right? During their time, endowment planning. I mean, right now at this contact, for me, I realized that they did actually buy for me the some savings plan. So this was one of the ways that they helped me through my uni fees. But then, just to clarify, I didn't use their uni fees. I managed to earn some money for myself and pay it off. So that money for them, right, will be retirement. It's not much, but then it is a substantial amount. Putting very early in their very early years all the way till now, so that they reap a pot of gold lah. So yes, I'm grateful for them for giving me all the things I need, like from young all the way till now, right? Yeah, because I don't know why lah. I mean, this is like end of year, season of giving, being thankful lah. So yeah, I do love my parents also. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I do have a wonderful parents that very thoughtful, and I'm here, and I'm what I am today, right, is because of them also lah. So yeah.
Wow, Chester getting emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like some
parents-
Thanksgiving webinar.
Yeah.
It's like giving like thankful speech to like people
mean-
important in your life.
We got to be grateful for what our parents do provide for us. I mean, some way or another, not in monetary issue, maybe in like words of encouragement and all, right. They help us to become who we are today. And how can we achieve this? Is all because of them. Without them, we literally will not be here lah. Yeah.
Agree. Yeah. Quite similar to Chester is that like my mother actually she's quite unique. Like she actually thinks that her duty as a parent is to provide for my education, like tertiary education, and that's it. So she made sure I was very well provided for education wise. So my uni and everything was paid for by her. But then the moment I graduated, like the next day, she told me like, okay, you're on your own. So don't expect me to give you any money, nothing from me, no pocket money, don't nothing at all. So any amount, because I was still looking for a job right after uni. So any amount of money that I needed to like just survive on a day-to-day basis was actually on a loan basis from my mom. Because she wanted to instill in me that you are now an adult, you have graduated, you settle all your things yourself. So like after I took my first paycheck, actually I was paying my loan back to my mother. Yeah. So it's quite a different angle, but it's likewise very thankful that she actually got me like super well settled and like looked after for up until uni. Then after that, go out and be an adult and learn from society. Yeah. Another thing that my mom actually did for me was also to like, since I was like, I think something like 4 or 5, she bought those kind of like foundation insurance plan where every year there's a premium that we pay, and I will get a lump sum payout when I am age 55. So it's just like something like a backup plan, and it's not even a huge sum, but knowing that like there is that sum that can help boost you when you're at 55 years old, I guess that was also very helpful. So I mean, I know I have this plan and I've taken over the payments since I started working, but that sum is by no means sufficient for me to like retire and just be happy with life. So like I think still need to make a lot of effort on my own to earn more money. Yeah.
Correct. So I think like after hearing like both Chester and Jasmine, like the past, like mother helping them to save and everything. But what about you guys? Will y'all be also preparing for your future kids? Like, are y'all going to do any investment plans, any endowment plans? I think it's also considered as a future, right?
I
Yes,
do
of
I do
course.
have one.
Hmm.
I do have one like endowment plan that I bought like 4 years ago. Then back then, right, when I actually have this planning, right, I was like, say, okay, this amount, right, will be for my future kids, whether they make it in life or not, right, or even if they don't make it to uni, right, I'll just take the money and use it. For now, for now, that will be my education planning for them. I mean, a couple of $100 on a monthly basis is not that hefty on me. So I would just like forego that $100, $100+ just to have a better future for my future kids. Hopefully lah, finger crossed.
Wow, what y'all guys think until like got kids? Or I haven't really.
I mean, you see, that is how we actually plan stuff, ma. I don't know
Yeah.
lah. I'm speaking as my perspective as a guy. So I do one kids. So I don't know how many kids I have. I just do one. But then, will I be having kids or not in future? Nobody knows. Yeah, so I'm just planning for like a sake that to push me towards my goal. But it's a very very generic guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think also, um, I guess for myself, like I don't have one existingly, but my mindset now is I likewise I also want kids in the future. But my mindset now is to just save as much as I can. Of course, also make certain investments. So like just to share, I invest in the stock market, yeah, and also on like robo advisory, like our smart portfolio. So these are the things that I invest in. So for stocks, right, it's like of course based on the market conditions that I do US and just a very little bit of Singapore stocks. And then for smart portfolio, it's our robo, right? So it's actually only 300 to start, and then you can do like monthly in payments, like regular savings plan of 100. So for what I do is that time I started with 300. Then every month I set up $100 payment in, because it's just something that I put aside. So this amount is not something that I trade actively with, right? Since robo is something that you put there for medium to long term. So this is something that I just set aside. I see it as like, I mean, it's better than savings, like savings account. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I do to plan for a future instead of like an endowment plan. So they're just like different ways that you can actually go about doing it. Yeah. So I guess also since I'm mentioning smart portfolio, I think now is the time for me to mention that there's actually a year-end promotion that is just launched for smart portfolio, where any multiple of $2,000 that you start investing with the smart portfolio, you actually get a $10 voucher. So it's for multiples of 2,000. So it goes up until that you can get maximum of $100 vouchers. So I think this is a very good time to actually go in, because like when I first bought into the smart portfolio, we don't have discount promotion also. So I just buy in as is. So now that there's a promo, must make use of it.
And this promotion is new, right? Because I just saw it on TikTok last night.
Yes. So it just launched only yesterday actually. So it just started. So it's running from now until middle of February. So best timing is to go in now during the festive period. And those people who are still like fortunate enough to receive ang pao money, right? I mean, I'm not receiving anymore. So those who are still receiving, right? Actually, you just take your ang pao money and just put in. Then you don't need to worry so much. Just let the professionals manage for you.
Yeah, I think it's a good start, this smart portfolio, right? So I think for us, like younger people, lah, okay, don't want to say you're very old, but still like a good start to investment if you don't know where to start, like me. Because now is a good time to start, especially with the promotion. You get $10 voucher. Might as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so because recently the market quite bad, right? So I was like discussing with my colleagues, like, cause right now I'm also working from office. So I was asking them, actually should I start RSP? Because now, like we can't time the market, right? So I was thinking that at the start of 2022, I'm going to start doing some RSP, like dollar cost averaging. So one of them can be like your smart portfolio. And also because I have unit trust, so I might pick one or two unit trusts to start doing regular savings plans. Because nowadays the market really very unpredictable.
Yeah.
I do
So
agree.
agree. Yeah. So like for myself, right? Sometimes I go through. I mean, investor mindset, right? So I go through cycles where I feel like, why did I put in smart portfolio? Because my shares are giving me so much better returns. And then there are times where the market plummets, right? And then I look at my smart portfolio and the returns suddenly looks damn beautiful. So it's like it really goes up and down. So I guess having smart portfolio down there as my stabilizer, I would say, actually is good for me so that I don't have to like feel so bad about when my shares fluctuate.
Yeah, all the emotions are there every time the market is up and down.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Do
do
you
agree.
want to?
Yeah,
It's more
so
stable, lah. Yeah.
I mean, we got to have some stability there, right? I think previous session, I think we actually touched on diversification. So a part of our asset might be in smart portfolio, like mine. I do some smart portfolio, stocks and crypto also. So yeah, a portion of my smart portfolio is more towards like the safe side. So I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't be. I could actually sleep very well. So because I left my smart portfolio, right, with the professionals lah. So they do know what they are doing. So I'm glad that I could actually see returns over time. Uh, Currently I think my portfolio is gaining about 7%. I guess it's not that bad lah. Putting it in the normal risk lah, which means like the risk too
Medium.
is not very risky side one. So because I would want this to be like my savings, sort of like, this is my savings account lah. In my own context, my savings account. Yeah, so I wouldn't need to worry about that. Yeah.
Okay, I think at this point, let me just share the results from the poll, right? The one on whether your parents help you make any plans. So actually, 63% said yes and 38% said no. And those who said yes said that their parents mostly did savings and then after that insurance and a little bit of investment. So I think actually at least for me, it kind of resonates with what my parents did for me, which is savings and also insurance. I think that is pretty aligned.
Not so much of investment, no. Actually think about it, because right now, right, we are in a digital age, right? You can just go YouTube and learn everything. So
Yeah.
not like last time, right? Because my dad invested in stocks actually, but he don't know how it works. He's just based on his friends say, "Oh, you buy this one, lah, you buy this one, you sell. One day you get this amount." And because at that point he don't know the risk, what is this
Yeah.
stocks about? He don't really care. Yeah. So right now, right, is the best time to invest. Actually, in smart portfolio, a good way to start. Yeah, I think quite interesting lah. At least now we can learn everything through online, internet.
Yeah. Actually, for my mom, like I've always known that she herself invests in stocks, but then she's never spoken to me about how she does it or like what's the good practices. Like she doesn't teach me. Even after like I joined Philip, right, where I'm in a stockbroking company, and she still don't want to teach me. So her mindset was because parents like her generation tends to be more conservative. So she told me, you just focus on earning money in a set, do your job well. Don't think so much about like investment because she's very risk averse. So I guess like different people have different mindset. But I guess young people nowadays, like our generation, millennials, like we all hold our jobs with Philip, right? But we all invest on our own because I guess we're all looking at multiple streams of income. So we definitely, I think quite common to say most people dabble in investment here and there for sure lah.
I think
Yeah,
very true leh. Yeah lor.
correct.
Because for my parents I think my parents always say stocks lose money one always
Yeah.
always do that because I think to my parents, right, because they are more towards like the boomers that don't really go into investment. They will actually think that stocks always lose money because when it plummets, right, they will sell. So
Mm.
it is always the
Cannot.
classic. It's always the
Yeah.
classic, like buy high, sell low.
Sell low.
Yeah. So to
Yeah.
them, right, they think that lose money, I don't lose everything, so I sell low. Yeah. So to them, like they don't touch. They rather not. They rather not touch. So like for me, right, I have my younger siblings, right. When my younger siblings told my mom that they are playing stocks, right, my mom say, "Hey, don't want, very dangerous." Yeah. So yeah, then we begin to like educate, share with my parents, stating that this is what we actually do, what we actually invest, how can we actually do it. So they do have some knowledge on all this. So I think, I mean, everyone is learning lah. So yeah.
I think I'm very different from all of you because my mother loves investing and she's those like really very high risk one. I think like a few years ago when I was younger, I remember that she burned her hands very badly in investing. And but she's still very into investing. She's always telling us, open an account, start to learn. But it was so bad that because luckily I came into Philip Capital and I know a few financial advisors. So I actually called them up and asked, can you like go and talk to my mom, make sure she's doing the right investment? Because like, she's sometimes, like old people at home, they will just go into the internet anyhow search and they never really do their due diligence. So they just buy, maybe they see the name they like, they just buy the stocks. Yeah, so like maybe thanks to my mom, I became very risk adverse because I've seen her playing on the stocks and losing money. So I think actually that investing is very important lah, but you also must learn, know what you invest, like the products that you invest in. But if you don't know how to invest, always get a financial advisor or do robo advisory. At least there's people to help you, right?
Yeah, agree. Actually, when I first told my mom that I was buying shares, right, she was, and mind you, this was not like when I first started working. It was I already worked for a few years already, so like now everything's pretty stable. And then she was like, why you play stocks? What you buy? You know what you're buying or not? So it's like all the questions that parents ask will come out lah. So I think for our generation, we are very firm that we know that we need to invest because, like, to be honest, Singapore's not a cheap place to live in. And I feel like if we just focus on working hard and doing one thing right, I think it's very hard for us to have a very comfortable life to retire to or like just, lead a comfortable life when we're older. So to me, I think investment is very important because if you have a way to grow a wealth, use it. Yeah. So I think while we continue this conversation, I'm going to launch the last question that we have, which is, do you think you are on track to achieving your future goals? So,
These are
how
very
about you guys?
Yeah, it's a difficult question, like what Claire say. Yeah.
I think it's difficult as well.
Do you
On
think
So,
we
track.
are on track? I
Yeah.
think I'm doing the right thing by investing. And okay, apart from investing, of course, you have to make sure we have insurance, we have our base there, we have our 6 months emergency fund in case anything happens, and then we invest. So I think we can say that I'm on track lah. What about you guys?
For me, okay, I set a minor goal, right? A small goal of 100K by 30, and I want to diversify all of it, you know. So at least when it plummets, right, for like stock market or crypto, especially, it's very volatile, ma. So I won't lose that much. And am I on track achieving my future goals? I believe I am lah. I think I'm like maybe halfway there or three-quarter there. And yeah, so actually to think about it also quite not an easy journey also, right? Yeah. Chester?
So for me, right, actually, I just now did mention that 30 years old, right, 100,000. I actually managed to hit it already. But then just that whenever you are doing it because you are investing in the stock market, so up and downs do happen. So on a good month, maybe I will reach my 100,000 lah. On a bad month, maybe I'll just fall below. So yeah, these are the things that I actually do to achieve my smaller goals. Yeah, in terms of having retirement, I never actually thought of it because I believe retirement. I mean, if you are rich enough to retire, right, then I mean, which
You
is
must
good
be
lah. But
there.
I
Yeah.
don't think I will be ever that rich lah. So to me, I like to hustle. So if I can do something right, I will do it. So to me, I mean, not really very solid planning, but I do believe that everything will come naturally lah. So yeah, in terms of getting a house, we need money in terms of renovation, all this. Yeah, we need to lose some in order to gain some. So I'm very much on track in terms of my this financial goal of 100,000. But anything more, I think I need to do some really more towards like in-depth planning. These are the things that I could actually control. So the things that I'm in control, right, I have more confidence in executing it. Yeah. So apart from investment, right, try to get yourself protected lah, basically. I mean, to be honest, I think we previous session we also mentioned before that health is also wealth. Without health, there will not be any wealth. So if you are looking for insurance coverage, Philip Securities is here. If you are looking towards some online planning, you can actually buy some plans off the market out there. You can go to our poems.com.sg. Under the insurance portion, you can actually click on that and protect yourself also. So with that in mind, I think I'm more or less excited for my future lah. It is very blurry, but then I'm still excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think, yeah, protection is very important. In fact, before I even started investing anything, I got all my insurance sorted out also. So like I went to get all my critical illness, medical hospitalization, all this, like get it settled, because I feel like that's the basic. Because if anything untoward were to happen, right, these insurance plans are what you will fall back on to protect you, to like pay for your expenses, your medical expenses and such. So like those were the first things I got settled. And then after that, then I look into investment. And so like it's funny how like the two guys here are saying like at 30 they want to have 100K, right? Then I think about myself, like, I am 30. Do I have 100K in nowhere? So reason being, right?
CPF.
Yeah.
Still nowhere.
House leh, house. Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, I was about to say, is because I took keys to my home to this year and I renovated and moved in. So like I guess like if you think about whether I have 100K, no, I don't have. But if think about the things I've achieved with my life at 30, right? So I have my own home. It's fully paid for. We didn't take any loan, and it's like very well furnished. I don't have like empty spots in the house, right? So I think like yes, the money will get depleted, but then I got this other like life stage thing ticked off, and then I think I got it settled. So I think the money, one thing we really must keep in mind is that the money will come and go depending on what happens in life. It's just that I think we need to set our plans in place to like have the investment in place, have protection in place, work towards your goals and make the right steps and all that. So the money will come and go lah. Yeah, because now my bank status is like super depleted because of all the renovation. Yeah, but just have to build it back up again.
Okay, right. Okay, because earlier on you all mentioned about protection also. So also I want to remind the audiences out there, when you get your protection, right, it's not you buy already, then you just leave it there. You still have to remember to review, okay? Like, when you change your job, you get higher pay, or let's say you have kids. It's always good to review your insurance to make sure you have enough. Let's say suddenly something happened, at least your kids has enough money, stuff like that. So if you don't know how to review, right? Sorry, I need to market Philip Capital a bit. But we also have the financial advisors here to help, like to review your policies, to make sure that you guys are well protected, and they also have the license to help you with your investment. Yeah. Should we
Yeah.
go back to the poll result?
Yeah, so I'm showing the poll results. So 80% actually say that yes, they're on track to actually achieving their goal, and 20% is no. So I think a lot of us are actually like doing well. So like maybe for myself, I would say like I'm not exactly super on track because I've had a deduction recently, right? But I think like in that aspect, I also achieve a life achievement. So like I think we give and take lah. Yeah. So like I would still consider myself as yes, I'm on track to achieving because like I'm progressing in life, no, and my home is settled and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, to each their own. I mean, everyone
Mm.
has different goals. Doesn't mean it has to be financial goals. Some people just
Yeah.
want to be healthy and
Mm.
happy and live a
Mm.
simple life. But then
Mm.
again, if you put your money in a bank, right? Yeah, actually value
Yeah.
losing out.
Yeah.
Inflation is
Please don't
gonna
do
eat
that.
you. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So not saying that you need to take that please don't take 100% of your money and go and invest because then you're exposing yourself to too much risk. But I
True.
think what the group here were trying to say is that um you also should not put 100% of your money in your bank and not touch it because then you're doing yourself a disservice by not like using the opportunity to invest to grow your money further. So like depending on each of your risk appetite, I think it really depends on how much you're ready to take on. Then there are different like investment options. Like we're not gonna like immediately ask you to go and invest into NFTs, cryptos or US market, but like there are options available like smart portfolio, the RSP, share builders plan. Yeah, so these are like the more lower risk, stable methods that you can actually invest. So definitely keep a lookout on what are out there for you. Yeah, and don't forget Philip is an option.
Yeah, actually just curious, what is your like favorite investment product? Like when you kickstart your investment right until now, like what do you all like to invest in? For people who like haven't started planning their future or haven't invest, maybe we also can help them to start to think what to do also. Mm.
At this point, it will sound like a shameless plug that I keep mentioning smart portfolio, but it really is one of my more preferred preferred investment tools because I really don't need to worry about it. It's like maybe like every once in a while I'm just wondering like, oh, how is it doing? Then I just go into the app to look at how's my portfolio. But other than that, I actually just leave it there because it's doing okay. Market does fluctuate, of course, but I see that on a general basis it's doing okay. So I just trust the professionals. I just leave it there. So I like it because I don't have to worry about it. But like I said, I also invest in US shares, right? Of course, I love US shares. Why? Because it gives you that margin, right? You earn that amount because the stocks move so much. But the stressful part about it is when the market is moving so much, you really have to like do your homework and also like look at the market all the time. Then US trading hours is like really late in the night. So you just really got to be on the ball. Lor. So like I love it because you can potentially get good returns if you are lucky or you do your homework. But it also means a lot of work on your part. Yeah.
What about the guys? I believe it will be a higher risk instrument.
Yeah, to for me, right, to like balance it out, right, and yeah. So anyway, for me, right, a starting point I would feel is also like ETF. Actually, I don't know if you know, but I'm more towards like US ETF, like what a lot of people say. If you are new to this, right, you can just invest in like a lazy portfolio ETF where they ETF would compress all the companies. Yeah. So I just put I just put everything in there. I just take it as like, oh, okay. Over the years, once I learn everything, then I'll start to see what can I do with it. Yeah. It's I think it's more volatile, but I also feel like yeah, it's much better than putting in the bank lah. Yeah.
Right. Also depends on the risk profile, right? Each person's
Yeah.
risk profile.
Yeah.
Chester?
To me, I think okay, my very first investment, right, okay, was when I actually dabbled it in the Singapore market. So I actually bought a certain number of stocks. Then I feel that the returns are not very attractive. So my appetite grew bigger. And my first investment was during the COVID situation, whereby the market just before the market tanks, I bought it in. So you
Yeah.
imagine, like, ouch.
Yeah. Ayo. Ayo.
Yeah. So after that, right, I did more research. I did more reading on the US market, right. So I actually took losses and actually put it into the US market. And so far, I'm getting like good returns over there, lah. Because I think you can consider me getting burned in terms, but then it wasn't a lot because whenever you start investing, right, then you will just put in a small amount of money because that was your risk appetite right now, back then. But when right now, right, to me, right, to throw in like a few thousand in a stock market, right, I don't even feel, not say I don't even feel a pinch, which is like I'm more towards like, I feel very comfortable in just putting it in really compared to previously, right, from Singapore context, right, in the market, right, when I invest, right, I only invest like $1,000 or less than 1,000, and I feel the pinch. So as we grow, right, our risk might or might not be bigger. It might be smaller also. But to me, apart from managing my risk, right, I do diversification lah of my portfolio, as mentioned in the previous session. So a partial will be in smart portfolio, stocks, and crypto. So right now, just to share with you guys, my stock portfolio will be smaller than my crypto. So I'm moving more towards the crypto, which is, uh, I would say, a very very high risk product lah. So yeah, but always remember, right? I think apart from myself, right, I always remember that you can, I mean, when you invest, right, be comfortable in what you can actually lose. If not, you will not be able to sleep. To me, previously, I can't really sleep well. Look at my dark eye circle, you see. I don't really sleep well. So yeah. So I mean, right now I'm sleeping better because I find that with adequate knowledge and adequate risk management, right, it will certainly push my confidence lah in terms of getting my portfolio constructed. So yeah, that's from my end. Yeah.
Maybe I just want to add on one more thing. I think um I hope the like audience out there also don't feel like sad that if they're not like us where we are investing, we're comfortable while investing, because at least for myself, right, I didn't start investing until maybe 3-4 years after working, or even 5 years after working. So like I only started investing in the last 2 years actually. So it is because I wasn't confident in what I knew. I wasn't confident in putting my money in some place that I wasn't sure what's going on. So it's perfectly okay to take your time to understand the market and to like learn more and just invest when you're comfortable. Because like Chester said, the last thing you want is to feel like you cannot sleep or you feel very nervous or you're then stressed. So I think like don't feel bad if you're not investing comfortably like us, because each of us took our own journeys to get to this stage. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Okay, so talking about this, I was reading a book on psychology of money. So actually, they were saying, for investment, right, you have to really like and learn the things that you invest in. So for example, I like technology. I I read more on that Microsoft, Apple. I invest in them because I like and I believe in them. So let's say if the market were to go down, I wouldn't feel so much pain because I understand them and I trust that in 2-3 years time, definitely it might go up one day. So my emotions wouldn't be impacted that much. But let's say if right, I I invest in a China bank stock, example lah. I'm not into China banks. I actually invested in that because my mother keep asking me to invest. I invest and then it went down. I immediately sold it because I never understand like about China banks. I don't believe. Don't, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. Not saying
Not
she's not into
confident,
it.
not
I'm
Yeah,
confident.
not
just
confident because I
yeah.
didn't like I don't really understand on like the China side of things. So it's very important to like really read through before you invest, and it's never too late to invest. I also have friends at my age who has yet to start because they are worried that they might like lose their money the moment they go in. It's always the first step lah. First step is never easy, but once you get over it, you will feel that actually it's okay. It's like saving money lor, and then and
Yeah.
your money is growing at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. So like what Claire said, actually when I first started investing, I also buy Singapore stocks because it's easier to understand. It's something that you know well. So I think back then my portfolio was like less than 5,000 only for like 1 year, because I was just not sure. So only after I was more confident, then I expanded and explore more things. And in the process of exploring more things, right, you know, gay kiang, I went to Reddit and I went to follow those meme stocks. Then all the people say to the moon, to the moon. Then I just didn't go and read up about this stock, right? Then I went to buy, and then immediately after I buy, it just keep crashing.
So you see a lot of stars along the way.
Yeah, so it was just crashing and crashing and crashing. Then I was like, damn it, it's like I really should have done my homework like how I do with all my other trades, because with all the, we don't need to mention names, but there was a period where, certain stocks, just going crazy, soaring, right? So I was like really hoping to like kind of like get onto that and also ride the wave. But then I think that's not the right mindset lah, because like it's just really almost like gambling. You're just hoping to be lucky. Yeah. So I guess I myself got burnt. In the end, what I did was that I cut loss. I took the money and went to invest in something else. And then, hey, I got my money back already. Yeah. Invest in something that is really like stable and solid and you know what you're investing in. Yeah.
And
So,
I think one
yeah.
of the ways to learn more, like what are the let's say what's smart portfolio, what's unit trust, ETF, or the stocks. Because Philip Capital, we always have webinars every week from like different fund houses, different companies to come in to talk to you guys. So if you are interested, you can actually go to Poyer's website under seminars. We have a lot of webinars for you to attend to understand more before you actually start to kickstart your investment journey.
Yeah, actually, those are very useful. When I first started looking into investment, right, I actually attended a lot of these. Back then, no COVID, lah, so it was in-person seminars. Cause like after work, I'll just go down to the seminar in our office to just listen. Yeah, actually, it was very helpful. So actually, other than seminars, like reading up on articles, we have market journals on our website as well. I think all these are very helpful. Or we have research papers as well. Yeah, so I think just really utilize all the modes of like educational material that you can get your hands onto is really helpful. Yeah. And if you feel like you need more like personal help, you can actually visit our investor centers to meet with the advisors there. You don't need to worry about like product pushing or like being like locked in. It's not like those like facial package, they lock you in a room and don't let you out until you sign. So you don't have to worry. Actually, a lot of it is just about having a conversation. Yeah.
It's actually we have a lot of outlets like everywhere. Like we have like Raffles City, Raffles Place, Parkway.
Ang Mo Kio.
Ang Mo Kio, Toa Payoh,
West side also have.
Yishun.
Yeah.
West side, you have Jurong West, Bukit Batok. It's like almost like we're trying to like memorize all the branches.
Just in case our bosses are here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, Philip have a lot of options. So those are like the in-person like branches. Then we also have like our digital channel where you can buy simple products like Smart Portfolio, Smart Park if you want to park your money, and also like insurance, like simple insurance you can just purchase online. And now anybody who starts traveling, you need to buy travel insurance. We sell that as well. So yeah, do check it out.
Yeah. So anyways, like are you going to like travel or are you going to save the money?
Maybe I cheapskate because I at a poorer state right now, but I just cannot justify paying a few hundreds just for the PCR test. Yeah, you're not even paying for the holiday, you're paying for the PCR test. So for me personally, not at this stage.
Yeah, I also agree because I think we are not rich enough to think of like overseas. So to me, it didn't cross off my it didn't like, I need to go travel right now because not enough money lah. So I rather next time I got more money, then I can think of traveling in this pandemic lah.
I'm more towards thinking about like short trails, like go JB, I'm waiting for that to open up. Yeah.
JB okay lah, JB still can afford ma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll eat all their good food, Yeah.
Money hard to earn and plus the inflation is going up, right? So I mean like, it's better to save and invest right now. Yeah.
I think at present for me, my main goal is just to grow my money more and just kind of like catch up on the amount that I spend on the renovation.
Actually, I'm also very curious. Our audiences out there, are they also really saving? Or like, are they starting to travel? Maybe like our next few webinars, we can also start to ask them.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, actually, I think our audience today very shy because they're not asking us questions. But each episode that we run, so like just now Claire mentioned, actually I'm always backstage, right? So I'm the one like administering and like supporting. So I always see like each episode that we run, we have like very different kind of audience. So some sessions is super interactive and we have a lot of people like chatting amongst themselves, asking questions. And today happened to be more quiet. So I guess it's the year-end mood. Everyone's more of like the relaxed Christmas kind of vibe. Yeah. So I think maybe January session we will have people who are more, high energy level, start of the new year.
New year, new life, new me.
New
New
goals.
goal.
New goals.
Okay. So yeah, actually if there are no questions from the audience, I think we've come to close to the end already. So any concluding words from the group here? Maybe like how was your 2021? What do you look forward to next year?
Okay lah, I start first lor. Okay, I think I also have to thank COVID because with COVID, right, we are staying more at home. So it actually gave me the time to really think through what I want to do. Like I started investment because of COVID. I started to see more and more people investing. So I also FOMO lah. I started to learn and study and invest more. So yeah, in 2021, I actually started to learn more on investment. But I think I've seen how the market has reacted these few days. Next year, I'm going to learn about regular savings plan. Correct.
Don't wait till next year. Must learn now. Now, then you come to next year.
Yeah, already apply, submit the gyro form.
How about you, Chester?
For me, I think 2021, right? I mean, always every year my goal is to actually slim down. So I don't think I did actually slim down a lot. So
You did what? You did at one point. I
I
remember you were very
but
skinny.
it bounced
Yeah.
back. So to me, health wise might not change a lot, but next year it is still going to be one of my goals again. But
Actually, I think you're healthier because you have been running, right?
yeah,
Okay,
so
right, good.
apart from being healthy, right, then I'm trying to do more, try to save more, to invest. So I'm cutting down on my expenses to see what I can actually do for my next year. So every year, right, I always set myself like this lah. So this year I spend how much, next year can I actually reduce it or not? So to reduce something, right, your miscellaneous expenses, right, I can put it in good use in terms of having a bigger portfolio, more money to invest. So this is one of my transition on a yearly basis. So each year I have been doing it lah. So I'm on track lah in terms of this transition. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next year also to further push my portfolio over the 100,000 mark.
For me, right, I flash back to 2021, right, where I first started so-called investing as well. So when the stock market crashed, right, it was I think it's a good moment for me. And I started to learn investing as well. I learned through like multiple channels like YouTube, even TikTok. Now also they also teach you, So it's quite interesting. Now at the same time, I'm also studying part time in finance, so somewhat is related. And I started to be more mindful of my spending, my daily expenses. I even note it down in like those kind of apps, right? Tracking apps. So looking back, I think I did a good job, like in saving money, investing money, especially in diversifying, such as like ETFs, small portfolio, unit trust. Yeah. Maybe for 2022, I'm actually looking forward to hitting my 100K goal, and hopefully, yeah. So that's the goal actually. Yeah.
So if you haven't even reached 30, so if you hit 100K goal, then will you set a next step for
Yeah,
yourself?
I'll set a next one. I always set like, okay, if I hit 100K by 28, right, then it's an achievement already. What I'm gonna do, right, on 30, I'm gonna like maybe double it to see whether I can hit it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
So
more achievable, When
yeah,
you first hit
yeah,
100K mark, right, the rest towards the million, right, will be easier already.
Yeah,
yeah.
correct.
It's always
At
the
least,
first 100K hurdle. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
I thought he's going to say if he hit 100K in 28, he will give us some.
Oh yeah.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. For me, maybe I'll just sum it up for myself. I think 2021 was a year of achievements for me because I got my own home. So for reference, I actually got married in 2018. So I waited super long for my home and there were delays due to COVID, right? I mean, can't be helped. So I think for this year, it was a year of achievement because I got my own place, and it's just a totally different feeling having your own place to call your own. So I guess that's a year of achievement, but also at the same time it means that, you know, as I mentioned multiple times, my cash flow is not there anymore. So for me in 2022, I guess I'm looking forward the most, which is to build back up my pot and also focus on my investments so that I can like grow more. But yeah, hopefully not be too affected by the fluctuations in the market. Yeah, hopefully I'll make good investment calls. Which also means that I should really maintain my smart portfolio so that I have my stable base there for myself. Yeah.
Well, I like this webinar. It helps us to like reflect on everything
Yeah.
that we have
Right.
done.
I
Yeah.
And
forgot.
I hope the audiences also are reflecting with us right now.
Yeah,
Next
flashing
year,
back right now.
I think next year, right, the first thing I'm looking forward to, right, will be our bonus, our first pot of gold.
Mm,
I'm waiting for your
hopefully.
bonus also.
Really.
Okay. So I think it's a really nice conclusion. I think we have a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of things to be thankful for in our lives. So like really thankful also to the audience who have been tuning into our session, and especially to those who have joined us since the first episode till now. So and also on Facebook Live, we do have audience who like join us there and also watch our videos after it has gone live. Sometimes the timing maybe doesn't suit them. So to those who are also watching after this is posted up, so really thankful for your attention and support. So we'll continue doing this LimKopi with Millennial session every month next year. So do look out for our sessions and join us whenever you're available to. Okay, so with that, thank you everyone for joining us. Have a good evening. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Merry Christmas.
bye.
Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas.
Bye.
And wish you a
Bye
happy New
bye.
Year. Bye bye.